If your surname is Italian, it is not just a name. It is a compressed piece of 2,000 years of the most powerful civilization the Western world has ever produced. And once you know how to read it, it points directly at which layer of Roman history your bloodline connects to. Most specifically, because behind every Italian surname, every Rossi, every Ferrari, every Conti, every Esposito, there is a Roman story. Older, darker, and more extraordinary than most Italian families have ever been told. Italian surnames did not exist in ancient Rome. The Romans used a three-name system, the tria nomina, a personal name called the praenomen, a family clan name called the nomen, and a branch identifier called the cognomen. Marcus Tullius Cicero, Gaius Julius Caesar. Every educated person in the Roman world know exactly which family those three names identified. When the Roman Empire collapsed in the 5th century CE, Germanic tribes swept into the Italian peninsula and replaced a Roman administrative culture with simpler naming conventions. The elaborate Roman naming system dissolved into the chaos of the post-Roman world. Hereditary Italian surnames began re-emerging between the 10th and 13th centuries. First, among aristocratic families of northern Italian city-states who needed fixed identifiers for legal contracts and property records, then gradually spreading downward as church records and tax registers demanded fixed family names from the broader population. By the time Italian surnames fully solidified across the peninsula, they had absorbed the linguistic legacy of every civilization that had passed through Italy since Rome fell: Latin, Gothic, Lombard, Arabic, Norman, French, Spanish, Greek. Every invasion left a layer in the naming system. The deepest layer in Italian surnames is Latin, the language of Rome itself. Occupational surnames derived from Latin are among the most common. Ferrari, from ferrarius, Latin for iron worker. The most common Italian surname nationally, carrying a Roman occupational identity predating the medieval period by over 1,000 years. Sartori, from sartor, Latin for tailor. Molinari, from molinarius, Latin for miller. These are not medieval Italian words that happen to sound Latin. They are Latin words that survived continuously from the Roman period through the unbroken chain of spoken language connecting ancient Rome to the Renaissance city. States. Topographic surnames are equally informative. Romano, from Romanus, meaning Roma. Campagna, from Campania, Latin for open flat land. Montagna, from Montanea, Latin for mountain. These place descriptive surnames tell you where your ancestors lived when the surname fossilized. And the Latin root beneath them tells you the vocabulary describing that landscape had been in continuous use since the Roman period. Here is where Italian surnames connect most directly to specific Roman family identities. The gens Julia, the family of Julius Caesar and Augustus, produced the Italian surname Giuliani. But not every Giuliani descends from Caesar. The name spread as clients, freedmen, and converts adopted the prestigious Julian identity. Giuliani as a surname is pointing at the most famous family in Roman history as its naming origin, the gens Claudia, producing emperors Tiberius, Caligula, Claudius, and Nero, survives in the Italian surname Claudiani. The Claudian family's political dominance across the early empire made their name one of the most widely distributed in the Roman world, carried by freedmen, provincial administrators, and military veterans across the entire Mediterranean. The gens Aurelia, the family of Emperor Marcus Aurelius, whose Meditations is still read today, survives in the Italian surname Aurelio. His association with wise philosophical governance made the name prestigious enough to spread widely beyond the original family. The gens Valeria, one of the most ancient patrician families whose members held consulships for over 500 years, survives in Valeri and Valerio. Their extraordinary longevity in Roman political life made their name one of the most geographically widespread in the Italian peninsula. A significant proportion of Italian surnames began as personal nicknames, descriptive labels specific enough and memorable enough that they stuck and passed to children. Color nicknames. Rossi, from rosso, meaning red, was applied to red-haired or ruddy-complexioned individuals. Today, the single most common Italian surname nationally, concentrated in northern and central regions, where Roman and Lombard populations mixed most extensively. Size nicknames: grosso, large; piccolo, small; longo, tall and thin. Physical descriptors that attached to individuals and became family names carried by generations who may have shared none of the original characteristic. Character nicknames. Gentile, from the Latin gentilis, meaning well-born or refined, originally marked families of Roman citizen status as distinct from freed slaves or foreign-born residents. A Gentile surname is specifically pointing at Roman citizen ancestry. The original bearer was described as gentilis because they could demonstrate free Roman birth. Forte, strong; savio, wise; Bruno, dark complexion, from the Germanic brun carried into Italian by the Lombard invaders. Each tells you something specific about the physical appearance or character of the founding individual. A compressed personal description preserved in a family name for 800 years. Italian surnames cluster by region in ways mapping almost precisely onto the ancient administrative divisions of Roman Italy. Northern Italian surnames, Lombardy, Piedmont, Venice, carry higher frequencies of Germanic elements, reflecting Lombard and Gothic settlement. Surnames ending in Ardi and Berti, Lombardi, Gilberti, carry the old Germanic naming conventions of the Lombard tribe that ruled northern Italy from 568 to 774 CE. Central Italian surnames, Tuscany, Umbria, Lazio, carry the highest density of pure Latin root surnames, reflecting the geographic heart of Roman civilization and the relative continuity of Latin administrative culture closest to Rome itself. A Central Italian surname with a clear Latin root and no Germanic element is pointing at the most Roman layer of the Italian naming system. Southern Italian and Sicilian surnames carry the most linguistically diverse layer. Surnames beginning with la or lo reflect the Norman French article arriving with the Norman conquest of Sicily in the 11th century. Surnames with Arabic-sounding roots reflect the Arab emirate of Sicily that preceded the Normans. A Southern Italian surname with an unusual phonetic pattern not fitting Latin or Germanic may be pointing at Arab or Byzantine ancestry predating the Norman period entirely. 2,000 years ago, Rome built the most powerful civilization the Western world has ever seen. And when it fell, it didn't disappear. It dissolved into the language, the law, the architecture, and the naming system of every culture that came after it. Your Italian surname is a piece of that dissolution. A Latin word, a Roman clan name, a descriptive nickname, a geographic identifier, compressed into a single word and carried forward through every invasion, every plague, every war, and every generation that followed, all the way to you. Rome never really ended. It just became a surname. Subscribe. See ya.